How's it going, everybody? C-RadTV back here in our video. So, of course, it's time for another Detroit Lions 2023 NFL Draft Preview. So, in the last draft preview, we took a look at the top Day 3 wide receiver prospects in rounds 4 through 7 of the 2023 NFL Draft. And in this video, we're going to continue on taking a look at some Day 3 prospects. This time, we're going to take a look at the top tight end prospects for rounds 4 through 7 of the 2023 NFL Draft, to see which tight ends the Lions should target in the 2023 NFL Draft. Even though the Lions have done a really good job spreading the ball around with a tight end by committee after Trade Hawkinson last year, spreading out to guys like James Mitchell, Big Cock Brock Wright, even Saint Silstra got some reps in. No, it doesn't hurt to have another extra one in or two in there. But anyway, though, let's take a look at some of these tight ends and see who the Lions should target in rounds 4 through 7. Let's go. Alright, so the first tight end we're going to go over here, hailing out of South Dakota State, standing 6'5", weighing 255 pounds, we got Tucker Kraft. So for Tucker's strength, he was a standout athlete, dominating most competition at the FCS level. Strong enough, can outmass muscle opponents and maintain angles in the run game. Sprinting out of his stance, packs the burst to get vertical, threatens defenses down the seam. Freight train that will shrug off poor tackles without much trouble. Aggressive mentality, which will lead to consistent finishing play strong. Refined technique means his body catching scarce. He's also been listed as one of the small school studs of this draft class because he's a rarity as an FCS underclassman that declared early, because he's a good athlete with the versatility to be an impact player with every down ability. In terms of weaknesses, though, he needs to improve his control over leverage to avoid being unprudent. Length works against him in the run game. More of an effort player than a high-end power generator in the run game. Feet tend to lock up, can trail his hands as a blocker, gets surprised by quick pass rushes, lets his base get narrow, and it causes some balance issues. In terms of NFL comparison, he's been compared to Jake Ferguson of the Dallas Cowboys. Overall, there are a lot of things to like out of Tucker's games. Definitely someone to keep an eye on for sure. So the next player we're going to go over here, hailing out of Cincinnati, standing 6'7", weighing 247 pounds, we got Josh Weil. So for Josh, he's your prototype release tight end. So in terms of his strengths, makes most of his reach, can reel in poorly placed passes without much trouble. Hand-eye coordination is impressive, easy mover in the open field. Speed will be most linebackers, he can gash defenses over the middle. Willing blocker, puts his weight into contact, uses his frame well. Long strides that will eat up yardage. He's able to maintain his balance, can anchor against small defenders. Few wasted movements as a route runner. In terms of weaknesses, though, he's weirdly proportioned, very short arms relative to his height. Small catch radius, leverage disadvantage can get exposed as a traditional inline tight end. He's not precise with his hand usage as a blocker. He's primarily more as a backside blocker when he's used in the run game. Generates limited power with his lower body. In terms of his NFL comparison, he's been compared to free agent tight end Bucky Hodges. But overall, a lot of things to like out of his game. Very good size, very big. Definitely someone I could see the Lions keep an eye on for sure. So the next player we're going to go over here, hailing out of Alabama, standing 6'4", weighing 244 pounds, we got Cameron Latu. So for Cameron's strengths, fluid mover, separates from linebackers, versatility is a bonus for many scouts. Can do everything from playing in the slot, can work as a traditional inline blocker. Good leg drive and effort as a blocker. Finishes defenders in the ground when he gets them on their heels. Crisp in and out of his route breaks. Hand catcher will go out to create the catch point rather than let the throws get to his chest. Very careful to avoid holding calls. In terms of weaknesses, though, small catch radius, it will lead to a reliance on separation in the NFL. Won't create much on his own after the catch. Still learning how to sell his routes with body language. Not the type of size mismatch that can dominate red zone targets. Route integrity is too often disrupted when linebackers are willing to get physical. In terms of NFL comparison, he's been compared to free agent tight end Nick Eubanks. Overall, though, there are a lot of things to like out of his game for sure. A lot of things he does well. Definitely someone to keep an eye on here for sure. So the next player we're going to go over here, hailing out of Old Dominion, standing 6'8", weighing 250 pounds, we got Zach Kuntz. So for sack strengths, elite catch radius allows him to reach passes most tight ends can't dream of touching. Covers ground like a track athlete, can threaten safeties with his speed. Consistent when maintaining the stride through the catch process. Good body control for a man his size. Athletic marvel stands out above the class in that category. Mismatch in the slot will outmuscle defensive backs and outrun linebackers. In terms of weaknesses, though, he has more of a basketball player build with stilts for legs, which is deliberating as a blocker. He has to put everything into contact to shock defenders, continue to create openings. Has issues with bobbling, can lose control of uncontested passes. All shoulders and forearms when he's blocking. When you're an athlete that struggled to slip around defenders and escape laterally. Stiff in his close quarters, and he may need to play closer to 265 pounds, though, to handle NFL strength, so he may need to put on some weight to have a chance. So in terms of his NFL comparison, he's been compared to Steven Sullivan of the Carolina Panthers. Overall, a lot of things to like out of his game for sure. It can be a mismatch nightmare anywhere if you put him in a slot or anywhere on the field. Good size, too. If you can put some weight on and maybe get a bit stronger, definitely could be someone to keep an eye on for sure. So the next player we're going to go over here, hailing out of Penn State, standing 6'3", weighing 243 pounds. We got Brenton Strange. So for Brenton's strengths, high for blocker, drives his legs, can put everything into his run game work. Quick hands when he's fighting his way through press. Impressive athlete that can slip past linebackers, can win in space. Agility flashes when it comes to getting past the hip of defensive backs. Can create a doorway to run through. Underutilized as a receiver in college. Has a lot of room to develop if a team gives him reps and a chance. Very nimble in position. In terms of his weaknesses, though, he's very undersized tight end. Thin lower body. Play strength limitations. He can get bullied by big and long defensive ends. Average catch radius is going to get overshadowed in contested catches. Too easily he's knocked off routes and pushed around by linebackers. His body catch, when possible, rather than to let his hands in the work. In terms of NFL comparison, he's been compared to Tommy Tremble of the Carolina Panthers. Overall, though, a lot of things to like out of his game. Could be a blocker in the rug game, and could offer a lot more if given the chance, Maybe someone to keep an eye on, offers a lot more than the eye can see. So the next player we're going to go over here, hailing out of Miami, standing 6'5", weighing 248 pounds, we got Will Mallory. Several little strengths, reasonable catch radius, reliable hands, makes him a favorite safety blanket for quarterbacks. Long strides helps to build speed when he gets a runway. Versatile enough, can wear different hats, knows how to use his length as a blocker, can get good extension with his hands. Comfortable playing the ball in the air. In terms of his weaknesses, though, can get hung up trying to gear down, can change directions on his routes. Average play strength can get revealed when he tries to control the point of attack as a blocker. Tends to play a bit stiff and upright, especially through contact. Grab and ride blocker, has to clean on fairly regularly. Shoulder injuries could be a red flag, so he has some injury history for sure. In terms of NFL comparison, he's been compared to Hunter Long of the Miami Dolphins. Actually, now the Los Angeles Rams, since Long got traded in that Ramsey trade. But overall, a lot of things to like out of his game. But, health could be an issue given his shoulder injury history in college with Miami. Maybe someone worth taking a gamble on if he can stay healthy. That's going to be the big key, though. Can he stay healthy? Alright, so the next player we're going to go over here, hailing out of Oklahoma, standing 6'2", weighing 240 pounds. We got Braden Willis. So for Braden's strengths, physical blocker, plays above his weight class, makes the most of his frame, takes good angles, knows how to stay in the way, strong upper body, can latch on, sustain blocks against linebackers, tough runner with the contact balance and effort to find his own yardage, hand catcher who times the ball pretty well. In terms of his weaknesses, though, he's too small to work as a traditional tight end. He'll be more relegated like halfback and fullback work at probably the NFL level. Below the height and weight thresholds many teams are comfortable with, easily covered when working over the middle of the field. Value as receiver will come almost entirely in the short game. In terms of NFL comparison, he's been compared to Kylan Granson of the Indianapolis Colts. Overall, a lot of things to like out of his game. Could be a blocker too, Maybe could be a fullback option for the Lions. If he doesn't fit the tight end quota. So the next player we're going to go over here, hailing out of Clemson, standing 6'5", weighing 251 pounds. We got Davis Allen. So for Davis's strengths, catch radius is wide enough to reel in difficult passes. Broad base is a blocker, which helps him sustain against linebackers. Height, weight, speed blend, it's right up the alley for NFL scouts. Versatile to play as a halfback or in the slot. Hand catcher that will go out for passes rather than let them into his frame. In terms of his weaknesses, though, he's thinly built, will have trouble in the run game. Struggles to generate power as a blocker, even when his technique's on point. High cut build makes him easy to chop down after a catch. Slow and awkward out of his route breaks, limited separation ability, which minimizes value in a passing game, and his route tree is very basic. In terms of NFL comparison, he's been compared to Cole Turner to Washington Commanders. Overall, there are a lot of things to like out of his game. Has a good size and height and weight. Definitely someone maybe to keep an eye on for sure with some versatility, keep versatile. And the final tight end, the final player we're going to go over in this video, hailing out of Purdue, standing 6'5", weighing 260 pounds, we got Payne Durham. So for Payne's strengths, moves well for his size, has the athleticism to win underneath. Excellent build, great proportions and length for a tight end, technically sound route runner, sharp at breaking off routes. Weight class lets him match up with defensive ends. Willing blocker, can hold his own from both a strength and effort standpoint. In terms of his weaknesses, though, his average explosiveness, it won't threaten most linebackers in space. He lacks the tools to play in a slot. Struggles adjusting to poorly thrown balls. Short strider, limited separation ability downfield. Poor accuracy when he's blocking in space. Provides little value after the catch. He's not going to control contested catch situations. In terms of NFL comparison, he's been compared to free agent tight end Caden Smith. Overall, a lot of things to like out of Payne's game. A lot of things he can do well. Definitely maybe someone to keep an eye on for sure. But yeah, anyway, that'll wrap it up here for this Detroit Lions 2023 NFL Draft Preview. So yeah, there are some very interesting tight end names to keep an eye on. A lot of interesting names that could go in rounds 4 through 7 of the draft to keep an eye on. But yeah, some interesting prospects for sure in this class. But yeah, and we're almost wrapped up on the offensive side of the ball for the draft previews, because the next draft preview will be the last one we do on the offensive side of the ball when we take a look at the top day 3 offensive lineman prospects for rounds 4 through 7 of the draft. So that will be the next draft preview. As yeah, we're around 2 weeks away from the 2023 NFL draft. But yeah, anyway, that'll wrap it up for this video. That's all I gotta say. Hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you all whatever I make next. I'm out.